I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil, because I'm blind to it all in my mind.
PlayStation Experience 2016 has just wrapped up, and the show ended with what I think is one of the most exciting reveals that they could have had, which was The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us, when it ended, I said that it didn't need another game, but after watching this trailer, I really want to play more, but it left us with a lot of questions as well.
Yeah, so this showed Ellie, definitely, much older, or immediately a few years at least. She's got a sleeve tattoo, her knuckles are bloody, which you find out later in the trailer. It's because she just killed like 6 guys in this house before Joel strolls in with his revolver.
Blood running down her face.
Like bloody knuckles and everything. And she's playing guitar and singing, some biblical song and everything. But yeah, that kind of raises questions as to, did she believe Joel's lie at the end of The Last of Us? Did she just kind of accept it? She mentions that she's going to find and kill every last one of them. So they show the Firefly logo early in the trailer on this sign, kind of graffitied on. Wondering if she has beef with the Fireflies now, more so than she did before. Who else she could be talking about? Is there a new faction we don't know about? In general, just what happened since The Last of Us? Because that was a pretty crazy ending. So like you, I thought it ended well, but now that I see these characters, I'm pretty hyped to see more of it.
And they can take it in a completely different direction as well, because there were so few details in this. Like, there could be a whole other plot running through this, or maybe a whole new enemy that's taking the name or the logo of the Fireflies and maybe changing them in a direction that they don't want things to go. But at the very least, the world still looks shitty.
Yeah, the trailer opened on these overgrown cars, like, oh, it's The Last of Us, jokingly. Especially because I don't think we would have seen 2 announcements from Naughty Dog at PSX, but here we find ourselves. As it pans out, you're like, no, that looks a lot like The Last of Us. There's no way. But then, of course, she starts playing the song. It was a very, acoustic song that, kind of reminiscent of, that post-apocalyptic folk music that people are just trying to cling on to in this shitty world they find themselves in. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what has happened since the end of the first game.
I think one of the biggest questions is, with Uncharted DLC coming out, with a Crash Bandicoot game on the way, which isn't necessarily done directly by Naughty Dog, but that's a lot of projects for a studio. Is this actually going to come out next year, or is this something we're just going to see a little bit of?
'Cause I'm wrong.
What are you doing, kiddo?
I would be extremely surprised if we saw this game in 2017. Like Sean Layden on stage at PSX was saying, Naughty Dog was clarifying. It was almost like a tech demo. It was them updating their engine, saying, this is what it's going to look like. Here are the characters. It's going to be this duo again. But because they're so early in development, and like you just said, they're working on, or at least just finished the Lost Legacy, the Uncharted standalone story chapter, I will at least say it's going to be early 2018 we'll see this. But hopefully we get a trailer next year.
Yeah, so The Last of Us Part 2 trailer, you can watch that right now on GameSpot.com. We're probably not going to see more of it until E3 2017, but for even more up-to-date news, stay tuned to GameSpot.com, where we'll be digging into this game as much as we can.
I'm gonna find, and I'm gonna kill every last one of them.